In this lesson, we will be looking at how to define the active sketch inside of Autodesk Inventor. A sketch inside of Autodesk Inventor is, we're going to refer to it in the 2D arena as an active plane. So in the beginning lessons here, these planes will actually be the flat component, or the flat face, if you will, of the given part. In later lessons, we will take a look at how to define a work plane that will be adjacent to or reutilizing the existing faces and edges of the part, but not necessarily will those edges have to be flat as they are in the case that we're going to look at here. So to define a sketch, in this case I just have a simple rectangle that's been extruded. We have a couple different ways of doing that. From the standard toolbar, I can go ahead and click on the 2D sketch, or the shortcut is the letter S. As I can move my cursor around the screen, as you can see, it will highlight that specific face. So if that's the face that I want to draw on, I can just click on it, and you'll notice that the edges are automatically projected to define that edge. And then I can continue drawing my geometry, placing a dimension or two on that, applying constraints if I require. And then we'll work our way forward, which you'll learn in a later lesson here. Then we can come back and do an extrude, revolve, whatever we would need to do to make that happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that extrusion too. And let's take a look at some other options here. So sometimes you can go back, you can select on a face and then click on the tool. And you'll notice that that plane now is the active sketch. So Inventor is a verb, noun, noun, verb, meaning that you can select the tool and then select the plane. Or if you select the plane, then you can select the tool. Either way, we're going to get the exact same results. So let me return, and I'm going to undo that. So the other way to go back and do a sketch, maybe in this case I want to select the plane that's on the back side of this part. I'm just going to let my cursor sit back over that top plane, and the Select Other tool will appear. So with the Select Other tool, it will allow me to go back and select a plane on an opposite face. So in this case, I can just select on the arrow, the right or the left, and it will cycle through the given options. Or if I go to the middle and you have a wheel mouse, you can take that wheel and spin it until you get to the specific face that you want, and then click on the green area. And now if I rotate around, you'll see that I'm on that active sketch. Of course, we can also use the Look At tool. Select on that sketch in the browser, and I'm now looking directly at that plane. So with the Select Other tool, there are some options. I'm going to switch back to an isometric view. And under the Tools, Application Options, under the General tab, if we come back on down to the bottom part here, you'll see where it says Select Other. Right now it's set at 1 second, so my cursor had to sit back over that plane for 1 second before the Select Other tool came back into play. I can go back, I can turn this off. If I don't want to see that Select Other tool, I'm just going to click OK here. And then I'm going to click Return, and I want to define another plane. So I'm going to just click on the Sketch tool, pick on this top face here, or just move the cursor over the top face. As you can see, it can sit there forever, and that Select Other tool will not appear. Now, if I want to select the other tool and use the Select Other tool, I can right mouse click and click Select Other from the menu, and as you can see, it pops right back up. And just click Return. You'll now notice that I have a couple different sketches here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that first sketch that we had up there. So you notice that sketch 4 is on the opposite side of the part. So at this point, let's say I really didn't want it on that plane. So instead of deleting it, what I can do is I can redefine that plane. So I'm just going to right click, click Redefine, and then I'm going to select on the plane that I want it to go to. In this case, the top. You'll now notice that the plane is there. Now let's take this one step further. I'm going to make that sketch active. So to do that, I can either double click on the sketch in the browser, I can click on the Sketch tool, to help make that plane active. So in this case, I'm just going to draw in a circle. I want to do that redefine one more time. I'm going to click Done, Return. In this case, I'm going to place this plane and move it to this front vertical plane. So I'm going to right-click, redefine, select the plane that I want it to go to, and you'll notice that the plane and that circle were moved to that given plane that I'd selected. One more method for creating an active sketch is you can right-click and click on New Sketch from the menu as well. And again, just select on that plane or select a plane, right-click to go back and make that plane the active sketch. There can only be one sketch that is active at any one time, and you can see that again by the browser, that it will be white and everything else will be grayed back out.